I'm pointing to the Don Ernesto. I'm like, count us in.
I got nothing.
Count us in. This is Brews and Bros.
I'm Brews and Bros. I'm just used to you. I like you got
Wow.
you got the intro.
Okay,
man.
I got the intro. I'm the bruiser.
You're the bruiser. I'm the Don Ernesto.
And this is episode 7.
7. Lucky 7.
Hopefully it's lucky number 7.
Yep. Well, definitely lucky number 7.
Bunch of stuff going on today. I'll tell you right off the bat, everybody out there, I'm lit. I've been drinking.
You did it without me, folks.
Sometimes, it's a Friday. We're from this on a Friday.
Absolutely.
After work, a few people from, you're going to go for a drink. I'm going to go for a beer. Yeah.
I miss those days.
I'm going to go for a flight. Absolutely. I'm going to go for a flight.
Absolutely.
And, you're not just having one flight. You're having a couple of flights. And then,
Where'd you guys go again?
At Doc McGilligan's.
Oh, okay.
I got a pretty good selection there. Local. And then we, you come home and the wife has some beer ready to go. No, wine.
You're mixing it up.
He gets a little worried when I drink the wine.
You can handle it a lot better than I do. If I start mixing stuff, boom.
I can. But
I'm fumbling my words. I'm feeling like I got a headache.
So Brews and Bros, episode 7. We're doing IPAs, the second batch.
This is great. How many 21 beers we've done so far.
We're crushing these beers. We're going through them.
Yep.
So we're excited about these IPAs that we're going to be doing. And we're going to be putting some people on notice this time in between here.
This might be are we coining this?
Maybe it might be. Maybe we're just going to put people on notice every single episode because when we were thinking, what are we going to talk about? I have somebody to put on notice in particular and people in general. So,
all right.
We're going to talk about that.
I'm excited to hear about this and discuss it with you.
And I'm excited and a little bit worried. I didn't tell him, but in my opinion, I have the most embarrassing drinking story in the history of the world that I was a part of. It wasn't me in particular, but I was with my cousin. I did not get permission. I will apologize later, but I have told this story a bunch of times, and I think everybody out there has got to hear this story too.
Yeah, I need to hear this.
So, you know the drill, or hopefully you know the drill. We're going to be trying 3 beers. First time we've been drinking these beers. We're going to be focusing on a few different things. We're going to focus on, does it have some pow factor when it hits my lips? Is there a wow factor? Was there something unusual about the beer I wasn't expecting? The color, what else are we looking at, Don?
Yeah, we're obviously going to judge it on its, not so much, but its head, the smell, taste, and of course, after bite.
After bite. Does it have a little bit of a lingering taste that you want to, we want to bring it up because if you're drinking...
That could be, that could be a good and bad thing, right? Like, I don't like that lingering taste that's back there that kind of stuck.
Because if you're eating something, you want to be able to taste. We love food, and we want to be able to taste the food too.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, first on the docket, we've got the Headstock West Coast IPA by who? I guess they're becoming our favorite brewery.
I mean, so far, three times the charm.
Hat-trick.
Yes,
hat-trick. For the Nickel Brook. So we got Headstock West Coast IPA.
Yep.
By Nickel Brook Brewing, and I guess I'll be honest, Don. I don't know what a West Coast IPA is. I've had a bunch of them. We know what they taste like.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, if you're from the West Coast, right, and what is it? What makes it a West Coast IPA?
For sure.
Because we don't.
I can only judge by what it says on the back here. Maybe it's something, right? A bold and loud West Coast doesn't really. Yeah, West Coast IPA. Headstock rocks a catchy melody of pine and grapefruit notes that perfectly harmonize with undertones of refreshing hop bitterness.
We got a 7.0 here to start off.
Yep, kicking it up real good
right off the bat, and just taking a look at the can. We got on the front. We know that Nickel Brook's all about business. They make good beer. They pump it out. It's fantastic. We saw the picture on the back. You want to tell them about this picture? We didn't know what it was at first?
I just started reading it, stay classic and get tuned. And then you brought up that's a guitar head.
And I didn't know. I've been looking at this can for about a week. I had no clue. And we found out later that the headstock is...
I'm going to read it right here. Like, I'm just looking online, and it's the top part of the guitar.
Top part of the guitar.
Yeah, and I'll read this little Google glab if we can, if that's even one. Yeah. It houses the tuning machines and does little else. Some clever guitar designs even manage to omit a headstock entirely. The headstock is typically a part of the piece of the wood used to make the neck.
There we go. So shout out to those musicians out there.
Yeah, and shout out to Nickel Brook. I mean, come on.
Yeah, let's. I'm excited. Grapefruit, you said, eh? I'm a big fan of grapefruit. I'm hoping we're gonna get some citrus when we pop this bad boy open.
Pine and grapefruit.
Pine too. All right, I'm ready for the crack.
Let's do it.
All right, we got a nice frosted glass. We're gonna pour it into. Frosted just perfectly here. And are you going to do your weird pour again, or are you going to pour properly?
No, I'm pouring properly.
You're a little bit.
No spillage.
We know that, Don. I think, you have 2 fails on this podcast?
Yeah,
so
I did.
far?
Well, back to back on the same episode.
Back to back, same episode. Right, beer flowing all over the place, almost all over the equipment. But I'm happy to say that
I was more concerned about your carpet because it was stouts, right, or porters. Sorry, we did porters.
I do have I have some paper towels that are right here just in case I need it. Pouring it into the glass. Nice white. Oops, knocked into the mic there. Nice white foamy head to that.
I love the color here, Brew.
But yeah, hold it up to that light there. We got a little bit of a haze to it, I believe.
Yeah, it does. A little bit of carbonation.
A little bit of carbonation.
And it, you know what? Looking at it, I'm judging it. It's giving you that little piney grapefruit
color.
Yeah, grapefruit
I would
color.
say it's definitely a grapefruit color. It's not that golden color that's you would associate with a lager. So that's I'm excited about that because that's what I like in the IPAs.
Yeah. Any aroma? The head.
Yeah,
I mean, I poured mine really good this time. So
yeah, I'm not going to reach over and give you an applause for that, but you almost deserve one. Let's see if we smell any kind of aroma here.
Oh yeah, I get those citrusy notes.
Pine. I get the pine.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, right off the bat, I get the pine.
Okay.
A little bit of citrus there.
Yeah.
Not overpowering, not in your face.
But something
kind
you would
of
expect from
an aroma.
an IPA.
Yeah, but it's there and ready for my first swig.
Yep. Cheers.
Yes, cheers. West Coast IPA here. It's not a power or wow factor. It's what I expected in terms of an IPA, especially when they're saying strong beer, and an IPA with the citrus and the grapefruit. What was your initial taste there?
No pow factor
Yeah.
or anything wow factor. Typical for me in an IPA, like you said. But I'm enjoying this. I really like it. It's I don't know. There's no afterbite there that's really like lingering there, which is great.
Not much, but I'm almost getting that menthol, which I know pine and menthol, they kind of go together.
Sure.
You're the horticulturist over there,
I'm
right?
not tasting any of those. Like I'm not getting any of those notes.
Okay, but my question though is menthol. Is pine one of the ingredients when you're making a
No, I don't. No. When I think
eucalyptus.
Okay. Well, now we're getting off track here. I think menthol. I'm thinking mint. So
menthol, mint. Okay.
Pine's got a unique, different smell too.
Taking another swig here. It's got a bunch of flavor.
Oh yeah.
The citrus, the grapefruit is definitely coming out with every single sip.
Absolutely.
I know that Don said there wasn't much of an afterbite, but there's there. I'm not going to give it a 0.0. I'm probably going to give it about a 2.0 on the afterbite.
Yeah, I'm one for always feeling that afterbite, and especially with IPAs because it kind of lingers in the back of my throat.
Absolutely.
And I'm not feeling it with this one here. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Is this borderline crushable for me, I think.
Ooh, okay. So I'm not going to put it on my crushable scale, but we got the Don is leaning a little bit towards the crushable. I'm going to go in. This is my third or fourth swig, and you know that on this podcast, if I have to drink the whole thing before I give you my honest opinion of this beer, I'm going to do that. But good start with we got the Nickel Brook. This is the Headstock West Coast IPA. It's a 7.0. I'm going to take one more swig, and I'm probably going to be ready for this.
Are you? Okay, I'm going to join you on that because I think I need one more. So.
Okay, let's do that. One more. It's so refreshing. I'm going to end off by saying that.
It is. It's so crisp, like crisp and clean.
I give it my my ranking here.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
On whatever it is, I'm going to count to 3, and then we'll just.
You always say on 1 or 3 or 2. Just count.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
7.0.
9.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Close. So it was a 6.9 from me and a 7.0 from the Don Ernesto. Pretty close on the same page, but a great way to start off our IPAs, the second batch for Brews and Bros. Yeah,
I'm excited.
great way to start off. We're going to be leading up to our first. We're going to put the people on notice.
Okay.
Coming up, yeah? You ready for that?
I'm ready for that.
He doesn't even know what I'm going to talk about, but I got some people I'm putting on notice, and I know he's going to go with it. So
I'm going to flow along with you. I'm interested. It might trigger something in me.
I already told you, I'm lit starting off, so you're going to have to keep up today, Don.
All right, let's go.
All right,
I might get there after this beer.
We're back.
Welcome.
Don, I'm going to put people on notice here.
You said it. I'm ready to hear these things. I don't know what's happening.
Listen,
folks, this is a surprise.
Yeah,
something's going down because you're.
I kind of kept you in the dark with this one.
Yeah,
I know.
why?
Because I don't know. I didn't know how to word it, but it was lingering in the back of my mind.
Okay.
And it's bugging me.
All right. Please get it off your chest. I'm here for you, man.
Here's the thing. I understand. We get bashed a lot. People who like craft beer and my beer brothers and sisters, you know it. You know those people who they just don't get it, and we get bashed a lot. And and that's fine. I can handle it. I can take it. Fine. That's never gonna bother me. But there is something that is bothering me with those same people. They usually have a go-to beer, and the way they talk about it, it's like they say it's the most unbelievable thing that they've ever tried in their life, and it's one of those crappy beers.
Yeah.
It's a nothing beer, Don, okay?
Yes, okay.
So here's where I'm going with this. There's a guy, he's on social media, and I love the guy. It's the Youbetcha guy. If you know who he is.
I got to follow this guy just to see what it's about.
The Youbetcha guy. I love you, Youbetcha guy. But here's the thing, and you bash, craft beer lovers all the time, and like I said, I can handle it. But here's what I can't handle. The way you talk about Busch Light, like it's the most unbelievable thing in the history of the world. You're crazy. And I was thinking to myself, Don, how should I approach this? Okay, because I'm never going to be able to give that person a stout and be like, "Don't you like this better?" Because no, he won't. Right.
I haven't followed this guy, so I mean, I'm gonna check him out.
But even if you think about somebody in general,
yeah, but it sounds like
you know those people out there who you just told me earlier. You have a coworker that is an OV guy.
Yeah.
Right. So if you try to give him a stout,
so yeah, but and he'll drink it. Sorry.
Okay, he will drink it.
So like when was going out, like depending on where he's going.
Okay.
If it's stuff on tap that he's drinking, maybe he's drinking OV, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he genuinely loves. He loves Blackburn.
Okay.
He'll drink.
So
he loves Guinness.
A little evolved.
Yeah,
okay.
he is. Yeah, he's not this betcha guy where it's got to be like.
I'm talking about the Neanderthals.
Okay.
They have not evolved.
Right.
They think that beer is beer.
Sure.
But they don't even think that beer is beer because then they have their go-to. And you said a Michelob Light, right?
Yeah.
But the Youbetcha guy
Busch Light.
Busch. He goes nuts.
He goes nuts for Busch.
So here's my challenge to him.
Busch.
I would love to set up a blind taste test for you.
We're tagging this guy in
10 beers. I will line up 10 beers for you. All lagers, because that's what Busch Light is. Light lager for that matter. And I guarantee you will not pick out your Busch Light as the best beer that you've tried. What do you think?
I think this is a great call out.
Honestly, I think he will not get it.
We're tagged.
I've done blind.
So this guy's name is the Betcha guy.
Well, Youbetcha.
Youbetcha guy.
I love him. He's a great guy. But when he starts talking beer, the way he talks about it, and I'm just like, oh my god. Okay.
Maybe is this? Give me
a lineup. You're not picking your Busch Light. I know you're not. I know you're not picking it.
This is a fantastic call
I know
out.
that he's probably a sponsor of the beer now, and he has to call it. He has to promote it.
Okay, fine. This is a great call out. I love this.
So this is what I'm saying is for all those people that you know out there that they only drink that crappy stuff and they have a go-to, line them up. Give them a blind taste test.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 10 beers.
Yep.
And I am going to guarantee they are not picking that beer. That's it.
Hey, listen. I'm on board with you on this.
All right.
This is great. I feel it.
Okay.
Beer 2.
Leads us into beer number 2. I love the can.
This is great.
Space Invader.
Space Invader.
IPA by Amsterdam Brewery. Amsterdam, first time we're having a beer from them, I believe.
Yep.
And I'm going to describe the can right off the bat. This is, what's the percentage on that, Don?
6 points. 6 points.
6 flat.
Yep.
And it reminds me of the old school Atari Space Invader game.
Yes.
Right? It just has that.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for with this because this is fantastic.
Nostalgia, and I love nostalgia. I remember going to my grandma's house and she bought an Atari for the family. We had a big family and she knew that they were constantly coming over. She just went on and I'm going to buy an Atari and she bought an Atari and everybody took turns playing it and that's what
I used to love going to my cousin's house, my older cousins, like on my mom's side, and my older cousin Sammy had it up in his room, and I used to love playing Atari. And I'm young, like
a lot of feels. We got a lot of feels going on with memories. This can. Anything on the can that you want to read for us?
It's plain and simple on this one here,
Okay.
brother. Like, prepare yourself for an invasion of cosmic flavor.
Okay.
The sky's the limit, only for those who aren't afraid to look up.
Cosmic.
Defend yourself, Space Invaders.
They nailed it. They nailed the nostalgia.
And honestly,
on that
we called this out before we talked. We were doing our talking points right
what's
here.
happening?
They have their little hashtag here.
Yes.
Amsterdam good beer.
Yeah.
Hashtag Amsterdam good beer. If this thing blows our mind right now, or even as close to that, we're gonna hashtag this for sure.
We had decided ourselves if we like the beer, so 7.0 and above, like it blew our, if it is out of this world, we were gonna hashtag them. So, anyways, I'm ready to crack this open.
Crack it.
Cheers! Let's do it.
Cheers.
Okay, pouring this in.
Oh.
Got. It's not as golden grapefruity as the other one. A little bit more transparency to this. A little bit more carbonation to this too. Are you getting that also on your end?
Yep.
Don, you're closer to the light.
Yep.
When you're ready to hold it up,
I will. Oh, Brew. You know what though, Brew? Look at that.
Okay, I kind of take it back because looking at it in the light, it's slight haze, but look at the carbonation in there.
Love it.
I like that.
And you know what? The transparency is there. It doesn't look. Obviously the light's gonna differ a bit to give you the way you look through it, right? But this is a nice golden color.
Pure white,
citrusy,
cloudy head.
Yep.
I'm gonna put my nose in there for smell. Maybe I'm gonna smell something cosmic when I put my nose in there. Let's give it a smell. You know what? This it has this standard, and I hate using the word standard because I want to make sure that whoever's listening to this podcast, that I'm able to describe it in the way that you're going to get it. Sure. When I smell it, when I crack open an IPA, this is the smell I generally am thinking of.
Okay.
Slight citrus.
Yeah.
Nothing powering in terms of the aroma with this one.
Sure.
I smelled the pine notes last time. The Don didn't.
No, but even on this one here, I got it. I mean, you had your take on the first one, like you said, with the pine notes, but I'm smelling I smell a stronger smell here. A lot, like stronger than the Nickel Brook one.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly.
See, I smelled it more of an aroma with the other one. But
Did you? Okay.
That's why there's two of us doing these beer reviews.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
Are we the only ones that there's two of us doing the beer review at the exact same time?
I don't know. I haven't really
seen anybody else.
researched it, but hey, that's
two people,
good.
bam, on the
this
same
is
time.
good. Yeah.
All right. One more smell.
But for me, it's more prevalent in this one here than it was for Nickelbrook. But hey.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to take my first taste here.
Yeah, let's do it. Cheers, bud.
It definitely has a bang to it in terms of that flavor. I would
so it's
say.
Interesting.
This one smacks you in the face from
it's interesting
more than the last one.
Yeah, that Nickelbrook was 7. This is 6.
Yeah,
but I find this one for me is got that more of a kick.
And that's the interesting thing, and that might be the thing that.
Sometimes what happens, that, though, What's separating that for us?
Sometimes what happens is you look at the can, you say it's a 6.8, it's a 7, it's an 8.0, and you're thinking, okay, that 8.0 has got to be smacking you in the face more than the 5.5. But sometimes that's not the case.
You're right. I feel like that when I look at that, like at the 7, when we were talking about the 7, I'm like, okay, it's a strong beer. It's going to give me that stronger type of feel to it, right? But
with me,
I didn't feel that with
this
with
one. I
Nickelbrook.
get more of the vibe of a double IPA.
Okay.
And it's nothing to do with the alcohol content, but when they're double hopping it like that with the double IPA, they want to make sure that the hops is the highlight. Nickelbrook is definitely highlighting the hops with this beer here. Definitely. Agree with that?
Amsterdam. You mean Amsterdam?
Oh, I said Nickelbrook.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did Nickelbrook.
It's okay.
Sorry, Nickelbrook. We got Amsterdam. Amsterdam's doing it. Yeah. Amsterdam is doing it with this.
I agree with you on that.
That's what they're going for.
Yep.
So again, this is the Space Invader IPA from Amsterdam. It's the debut for us with the Amsterdam Brewery. I don't believe I've had an Amsterdam beer before, so I'm going to go in for another taste here. I'm getting their flavor. I'm getting their style. It tells a story, right? When you're drinking their beer, and I'm curious when we follow up with another. And actually, we have another Amsterdam beer in the fridge right now. We were gonna do it on this podcast, and I'm like, you know what, Don? Maybe we shouldn't do 2 Amsterdam beers.
Yeah.
So we got the hazy. So the third batch of IPAs. That's,
for sure,
that's going to be on the
absolutely,
docket. But I'm curious if that's what they're going for.
I mean, definitely. Like the flavors are there. Like they're good.
This is a through and through. If you are a if you drink beer and the first thing you want to taste is the hop.
Yeah.
Right? You're all about the hops.
Yeah.
Check out this Space Invader IPA because
Yeah.
there's no bones about it. They want you to know that this is an IPA.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is nice and rich. Like it's
rich is a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
rich and
full of
Love it.
flavor. Yeah, it's great. I mean, for me, in terms of the strength of it, this is a kind of one and done for me.
Yeah, this isn't going to be one of those poolside crushables, but it's one that you should taste, especially if you
For
like
sure.
the IPA. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hang on a second. Sorry, hang on. I'm gonna.
Going back in. Back in for one more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ready to go?
3, 2, 1. 6.8. We got it. Ooh, we got it on the button there.
You got it.
6.8 from the Don, 6.8 from me, the Bruiser. Again, that was the Space Invader IPA by Amsterdam Brewery.
Great job.
Yeah, it's definitely a great job. It's it's what you're in the mood for. If you just I need to taste some hops in my veins right now, get this one for sure.
Absolutely.
Get this one for sure.
Honestly, that I agree with you on that one.
That's it. Inject it into my veins. Inject the hops
And
into
if
my
you wanna-
veins. That's what it was.
Not so much like you said. It wasn't a pow factor,
No,
or wow factor,
no.
but so
It's
rich.
rich,
The rich
rich,
and the textures
powerful.
there, powerful.
Love it.
Yeah, love it.
So, coming up, the most embarrassing drinking story you are ever going to hear. I promise. Stay tuned. I'm going to be back with that one.
Let's go.
We're back.
Yeah.
Live to air from the Lyric. This is Chris Shepard.
Oh my
I
god.
just
Now you're dating us. You're dating
you know what?
us.
My we're going to be talking about, in my opinion, what is the most embarrassing drinking story of all time.
my
And
God.
it happens to take place in Waterloo, Ontario.
I have a number of them. You go first.
And
I have a
the
number,
Lyric,
but-
if
yeah.
you know Chris Shepard, man, the banging beats with the 90s dance music.
Were you back in the day? Did you do the same thing? Sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
go.
did you do the same thing where you would listen to the radio and put the cassette tape in and record, and then so you had that set on a cassette tape?
Here's the thing with the Don, and this is a
I
shout out
used to
to my
save
Niagara
it.
Falls brothers and sisters right now going up Clifton Hill. You had to have enough musical content so that you can make it down the Clifton Hill and up the Clifton Hill.
Okay.
And on the weekends, that took a good hour to do because
Yeah.
it's just jammed. It's rammed, cars, people everywhere.
Unbelievable.
I was recording everything live
Yeah.
to air, Chris. I had legendary Chris Shepard mixtapes.
It's too bad we didn't keep that stuff, eh?
Legendary. So
You look
my
back at it.
embarrassing story comes from the from Waterloo in Ontario. So that's the only reason. But shout out to Chris Shepard and everybody out there in Waterloo. The Lyric. Oh, I miss
Oh
the
my
Lyric
God.
so much. What a unbelievable place.
that deserves an F bomb. Yeah, it's okay.
That's all good. It's all good.
It's
So,
all good.
but the Don's gonna start us off first. He has a
Okay.
little bit of an embarrassing story. So,
Yeah, I mean,
set the
hey,
tone.
listen.
Go
you know
for
what?
it. I want to
Okay.
hear this. I want
Yeah.
to hear it.
Okay. Well, I mean, younger, frequenting nightclubs in Toronto. That's where I'm
Some
from.
of the
obviously. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say Toronto, but the city above Toronto.
Yeah,
I'll shout out
just,
Woodbridge for sure. That's where I grew up. But my friends were out of Toronto. We used to frequent clubs all the time. And going to probably a lot of downtown clubs,
Yeah,
Casino
there's quite a few.
Lounge, Pearl Lounge.
Yep.
My buddy
Oh, yeah.
Dominic Camito, shout out.
Master
Julius
legends.
Banquet Center. We can
Awesome
we
guy.
can shout them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know him.
Yep.
He used to have inns all the time, so we would get into these clubs
course
late
he
at
did.
night. I used to work at his banquet hall. Friday, Saturday nights, we
Yep.
used to just jam and go right down to
Yeah,
TO.
that's what you
Anyways,
did.
that's what we did. Anyways, you know, as we always used to do was, you know, we get there at 12 o'clock, so you have only 2 hours to drink, right? So we're pounding them down.
Pounding.
And we used to mix all the time. And I'm telling you, we
Back
left
then, it didn't matter. You
Well,
just
it didn't matter.
yeah, did what you had to do.
Whatever shot was available,
Whatever it
drinks
is.
we were
Somebody's
taking.
setting up shots. You're drinking them.
Night ends, We're getting out. I'm tipsy. We're going to the cab. We get in the cab. Next thing you know, I am just destroyed. I don't know what's happening. I literally cannot move. All I know is I got this feeling in my stomach that everything's gonna come out. And literally, all I did was I couldn't move any other extremity in my body. All I did was tilt my head to the left. I looked out the window because it was open, and I just puked everywhere.
You had a gross.
It went in the car on the outside. The cab driver started freaking out. Oh my God, my friend, stop! You can't do this. Blah blah blah. He stopped the car. I was hanging out the side door, still puking. My friend Dominic, this is a true brother, friend, comes around the corner. The cab driver says, "You got to clean this up. I'm not going nowhere. You got to clean it up." He gets a paper towel. He's wiping the puke off my chin.
What a friend!
Yeah, he's taking care of me.
That was your booze brother.
He was. Well, we were with a lot of people, but you know, honestly, who does that?
That guy who's gonna clean up your puke.
Like literally, the guy gave him a cloth out of the front and said, "We're not going nowhere to clean."
And he didn't
unless you clean. And he didn't hesitate. Right? He came out. All I remember is like you're wiping.
He did what he had to do.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He wiped my chin with puke all over the place.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's incredible.
That's my story.
That's a good one. I don't
know if I'm going to top yours, but well, I've had a number of those though. I mean, listen.
I think I have you beat only.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you know, we're going to throw it out there. You guys can tell us, which story, but this one's pretty good. I've told this story a bunch of times, and I keep on picturing, when you have a warning, or not even a warning, at the beginning of a movie where it's like, this movie is based on real events. This is not based on real events. This is one of those ones where it's like, this is so factual and, it's so unbelievable. It didn't need any embellishment. This is exactly the way it happened, and it's crazy. So I'm just going to go for it.
Okay, go.
I get invited to my first keg party. I call up a few of my friends, and they're coming up. They're excited. This is my first year University of Waterloo. Like
Shout out.
And I got my crew. They're coming, including my cousin, which my cousin's like my brother. It's kind of funny. The last podcast, I said 3 brothers, 3 beers by accident. If we did have a third brother, he'd probably be the guy. And he wants to be on this podcast badly. He wants to be a part of it. So
he's going to be a part of it.
He'll be eventually.
Listen, Richard Sacco.
Oh, he's saying his name.
Sorry. Listen.
Legend.
I love him.
The myth, the big show.
We need more trips. Everything's intriguing. Come on.
So
continue.
This is, it might have been the first time that they came to visit me at university.
Okay.
I got my own dorm room. We're doing some pre-drinking. I had told the Don the backstory to this beforehand. He made a mess of my dorm, and he was pretty destroyed before we went.
What did we used to say? He was sloshed.
Slosh.
Did you guys use that word?
Sure.
Sloshed.
Slosh. We go to the keg party, and this is my first keg party. All of our first keg parties. We were just excited that we were invited. And there was this other stuff that another buddy of mine, I was just talking to him earlier. There were 2 lineups. The one lineup was and it was literally a kiddie pool of Kool-Aid and vodka. And this stuff, you didn't know there was vodka in it. You would think that you're just drinking Kool-Aid.
A kiddie pool?
Yeah.
Like a wading pool, like for a dog that would go into it. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Go. That's it.
Yeah.
Filled. Kept on filling it up.
Got it.
So my other buddy was drinking that all night long, and he was pretty crazy at the end of the night. I was a little bit worried about him because he was almost unconscious. But this story's not even about him.
Oh, God.
Not even about him. It was the other lineup that my cousin and myself, we were in. It was the beer lineup. They gave us the red Solo cups. It was one of those parties. You pay $20 for the red Solo cup. That's the cup. You can't lose the cup.
$20?
Well, because that got you into the keg party, right?
Okay.
That was like the cover charge.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. You pay the cover. They give you the Solo cup,
Fair
and
enough.
then you drink as much beer as you want.
Sure.
So, like I said, you got the lineup for the they called it the Purple Jesus, Kool-Aid concoction. Yep. I want the beer, obviously, right?
Sure.
No, okay, yes, I'll admit it wasn't anything good. It was just a standard beer, but it was a keg party, right? This is my first year university. I'm excited, right?
Yeah.
So you're in line, and it's a big lineup. And, almost to the point, I'm thinking I'm in line at like, Disneyland or whatever, to get on a ride. It's that long.
Yeah.
finally, we get to the front of the line. Finally, my cousin's in front of me. And again, this is absolutely no word of a lie. He hands his solo cup to the guy in charge that's pouring the beer for you, right? He's got the keg tapped, and, he's pouring the beer. All of a sudden, I look at my cousin. He's not looking good. He looks sick. He looks green. He does a dry, one of those heave kind of things, and I'm like, oh no, please, not right? So, okay, he takes a couple deep breaths. I think he's fine. Again, and this time, I hate to be gross.
You knew it was coming.
It's one of those ones where you puked in your mouth and you swallow it back down.
Oh. Right. He was trying to hold it in. He tried so hard for you.
So I'm kind of seeing this, but I'm pretty lit now at this point too. But I'm kind of watching this, and then on the third try, he couldn't hold it in anymore. No. Here's the thing. He pukes right on top of the keg. Like, I'm talking the brim of the keg where the handles are. He filled up. It wasn't just a little bit. It was a bunch just filled up that top of the keg, like. And I'm looking at this, and it's so surreal. I'm like, oh, did he honestly just? And then he cleared the place out. This is a keg party. Oh my God! This guy just puked on the keg. Holy cow! I'm not drinking out of that.
Everybody left.
It's a keg party.
Everybody left.
Nobody's drinking the beer anymore because my cousin puked on the keg. I've all places, go to the washroom, puke on yourself, puke anywhere. No, on top of the keg, and then it's it. That's it. Party's done. Right then and there on the spot.
Everybody left.
I don't know what time it is, but it wasn't overly late.
Everybody bailed.
Done.
Wow.
Maybe we went to the Lyric after. I have no clue, but a party was definitely. Wow. So that's my experience. Okay, I bring my buddies. Right, my first ever keg party. My cousin pukes right on the keg. Oh. I have to pretend I don't know the guy now. I kind of ducked out.
You bailed.
Well, what am I gonna do?
You bailed on your cousin.
Well, I know.
You have to do it.
It's one of those moments.
Yeah,
I have to make a decision.
I'm sorry.
Fuck, I'm at the school for the next few years. He's there for one night only.
You can't be associated.
I had to make that decision. I'm like, I don't know this guy. I got to get out here. But anyways. That was my story.
I like these stories.
And let's get on. This is our last beer of the night. And as we go on this podcast, this is beer number 3. It gets a little crazy. This is the Hopsters IPA. Who's this by, Don?
Bench Brewing Company.
Finally. You know what?
Yes.
I was thinking to myself, Bench is in this area. Wow.
It's a staple.
Absolutely. It's a staple. I can't believe it's the first.
And I'm disappointed because me and my wife celebrated an anniversary. We were touring that kind of area where Bench is, the wineries, whatever we can get into.
Absolutely.
We went there and it was absolutely jammed.
And
now we have kids, obviously. We had them with your mom and your dad. We couldn't leave them for too long. Couldn't even frequent it.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't even get in. It was just the lineup was sick. So shout out to them. That's great. I mean, they're busy, but I'm ready for this.
Let's do this for sure. And I'm excited too. We got a little bit of feedback going here. I'm not sure what's happening. Hopefully we can plow through this. Hopefully you guys know this.
Brew, I'm liking this can. Beautiful design on it.
You know what? It's
simple.
It's funny because you know what? Party in the front, or no, sorry.
Party in the front.
No, party in the back. What's that expression?
I don't know.
Business in the front. Party
in the back.
That's what this can is, because you look, it's just, got that green.
Yeah.
It reminds you of hops. Hopsters IPA.
It's great.
You turn it around, and you were commenting on the artwork earlier.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's a silhouette, not even a silhouette. It's the face of the person on it is a hops. A picture of a hops with a hat and a plaid shirt with the Bench Brewery Company on it.
Excellent. It's fantastic.
Great. Yeah, love it.
So let's crack
6.8 brew.
I was about to crack. Anything else we had to read on this?
Brew,
this can?
6.8% strong beer. Obviously,
Strong
they're
beer.
out of. I keep forgetting to say where these guys are out of, but this is out of Beamsville, Ontario. 25 minutes away from us.
You know what?
Hey.
Kudos to you. Perfect location, right in the heart of wine country.
Yeah.
I want to say.
And you smack a nice craft brewery right in there. I love it.
My wife knows. If
I love it.
13th Street Winery and a few other ones are out there.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to drive by Bench and not go over there.
Absolutely.
So, perfect. You guys know what you're doing.
I'm excited about this. Crack it.
Go. Finally, yeah. I'm gonna give you. Oh, wait a minute. I was just gonna say I was gonna give you an applause for your beer pouring, but should I be worried over there? Oh boy, they got 4 inches, 5 inches going on. Is it gonna overflow? Oh, maybe I'm gonna
it's
overflow.
trickling now. Relax. I saw something was going on there, so I just pulled back a bit.
All right, let's take a look at this color. Oh, this might be the most transparent of the ones we've tried so far.
Oh, a brew. I totally agree with you.
And
it is.
Yeah. A little bit of carbonation going
still
on.
Still goldy type of color there, but you're right. It doesn't have a really haze to it, eh?
That's the thing. And I like a haze, so, it's not that I don't like the classic style of IPAs. You do have some transparency. I can see my fingers, or, when I'm grasping the cup, I can see my fingers through the glass. And I don't know. Did you stick your nose in it yet? Or are you taking the picture?
I'm taking a pic here,
so
everybody can see it after.
Well, at least doing that.
What the color looks like.
I'm going to stick my nose in it, see what I can smell here first. Did it give us any hints about what they were going for with the beer?
You know what?
The other one was saying grapefruit.
Quite honestly,
some pine. Not much, right?
No, just the ingredient, what's in there, but
okay.
didn't really just. So it's crafted with our own homegrown Cascade hops, so that's about it. But no really hints of notes or what's in there, what it's tasting like, or
because to be honest with you, of the 3, this is probably the least aromatic.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not getting much. To be honest, I'm a little surprised.
Very light,
massive fan of Bench. They produce a lot of good beer. I'm not getting much of an aroma at all. No citrus.
No.
Definitely nothing in terms of pine or much at all.
Very
light.
Very light. Very light.
But let's see if that translates into the actual taste or not.
My head has gone down considerably.
Yeah,
now at a 2 inch.
Now it's picture perfect.
Or actually an inch. I'd say about an inch. Yeah.
If we were to take a picture of that
perfect.
right now, bang on. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for this. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
It's funny. I don't know if anybody else does this. Sometimes I go in for that initial gulp, and it's like I don't want it to end, so I take another almost gulp right away.
Okay.
I did that just now.
Okay.
That's a good indication for me. This is a smooth.
Yeah, it's
beer.
I was gonna. You're dead on with that.
This is probably our first crushable poolside beer.
IPA.
Of the 3, and it's a 6.8. Okay. And again, on our point from before, the last one was a 6.0. I called that one almost. It had the taste of a double IPA. This one doesn't.
No. And you know what? I'm going to agree with you on that. It's almost like these numbers for alcohol content should be reversed on all of them.
Throw them out the window.
7.0 for say the Space Invader,
honestly,
and 6.8 for the headstock, and so I don't know.
And you know what?
This seems the lightest of all 3.
I would love for the brewmasters to educate us a little bit more about this.
For sure.
Especially with the IPAs, I find that the alcohol content really does not translate into the flavor and the style of the beer itself.
Yeah. Are we missing that? Because we don't. I mean, we've always protested that we don't know that, right?
No.
We're not experts.
It's in our warning at the beginning.
Yeah.
I the Don Ernesto has some plans in the future to possibly become a brewmaster and
I'm
start brewing some beer himself. We're not there. So we're learning, not on the fly. We definitely have a knowledge base. We've been trying. We have a good base of the beers, and we know the beers that we like we said off the top. This is a great beer, crushable beer, drinkable beer.
It's light. It's light. It's nice. It goes down smooth,
but not Busch Light.
No. Oh my God! I checked out this Youbetcha guy. If I had more time,
you know what?
Honestly, I don't know.
Light.
We'll leave it at that.
The best is, you would never put the word light on this can because that's, it's flavorful. It's still
Come on. How can you drink a Busch Light that you have all these other Hopsters and Headstock and Space Invader? It brings you other places. It doesn't bring me to the Busch,
Open up your mind. Open up your mind.
Expand it.
Expand it. I'm telling you, it'll open up a whole new world. Anyways, looking at this one, and there's no pal factor, no wow factor. My
head was huge on it.
Afterbite's almost a 0.0 on this one.
Brew. Right? For an IPA for me, I got 0.0.
0.0.
Yeah,
as
great.
close to it as possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in for one last swig, but I'm digging this one.
Yep. But to your point, like in terms of smell, there's slight tones there. Obviously, you're gonna see that. Taste.
It's interesting because like we have these things we're looking at on this podcast. Aroma is obviously one of them, but I don't think I would ever rank a beer lower because it didn't have a good aroma.
Right.
But there are some times where it's like, wow, the aroma was fantastic,
but the beer was light, right?
Yeah, and I might bump it. I don't know. So
I think most of it for us is going to be taste, right? As soon as that hits your lips and it goes down, it's going to be more for taste.
You know, on the last beer I had said, if you're a hop lover, you know, you definitely got to try to space a beer. Again, this is the
Hopsters IPA
by Bench Brewing. This is a 6.8.
Yep.
It's just light.
Shout out,
smoothest one of the three that we had.
Shout out
tonight.
to Beamsville. Shout out to
keep doing
to
what
Bench.
you're doing. Keep pumping it out. I will always stop by, like I said. You're in the middle of wine country, and you're brewing beer.
I love it. That's what I do. Yes.
One more swig. We almost ready here.
Yeah,
all right, let's do it. Let's go for it. All right.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right.
3, 2, 1. 7.5. 7.4 from the Don Ernesto, 7.5 from me, so close and, you know, off the charts.
Yeah.
Fantastic score. Again, if you're looking for just that, you know, flavorful, smooth IPA, you know, hoppy.
Well done, Bench.
Well done,
Brewing.
Bench. I look forward to, you know, like I said, I was very surprised that it took us our 7th episode, 21st beer until we had our first.
You know what?
Beer.
And to like I said before, I haven't been there, so I'm excited after tasting this. And I've had their beer before, but after tasting this one here, I need to go there.
Shout out, you know what? The actual facility itself, the food is fantastic. It's always rammed, awesome vibe.
In the summertime,
great way to end off this podcast. With that third beer,
man.
Great job tonight. Woohoo! All right, we'll be back in a few. We're gonna give you
closing statements.
Yeah, we're gonna do that this time, right? Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
The Don's still laughing here.
Oh my God!
I didn't even raise the levels on this. I don't even know if you heard the first part here.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We've had some
I'm
fun
loving
tonight,
it,
and we always have fun. You know, it's a good sign. We drank 3 IPAs. And we're feeling pretty happy right now.
Listen, you've been drinking all day.
I've been drinking all day. I've been drinking since 4 o'clock or whatever.
I had these 3 beers. Okay, listen. I don't know if everybody understands that. This is back to back to back.
Back to back on this podcast.
7.0.
So those people out there that are shutting it off after 1 beer, keep listening.
Yes.
It gets better. I'm telling you, it gets better. Anyways, we did some IPAs tonight. We had some fun. We did some Headstock West Coast IPA. We did a Space Invader. We did a Hopsters IPA.
Boom.
We had some fun. We told a couple of stories. If you think you have a more embarrassing story than the one I told with my cousins puking on the keg and killing the party, everybody left. Girls were screaming. They were screaming, that guy puked on the keg. If you have a better story than that, tell us. We'll put you on the podcast, okay? Interact with us on social media. We're all over the place. We want more interaction from you guys.
Absolutely. Listen, shout out to Nickelbrook. Shout out to
Patrick.
Amsterdam.
Yep,
shout out to Bench Brewery local.
Finally.
Boom, Beamsville. Listen, what should we try next?
Tell us what we should try next.
There's so much beer out there.
I've
been going crazy.
The Don doesn't like sour. Should I let him, try a sour?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. See,
I'll make you happy. Listen, for the betterment of this podcast and everybody wants to listen, we're doing sours.
All right, we'll put it out there.
Man.
I love sours. So.
You like them? Sours. Yeah, that's okay.
For sure.
That's okay.
For sure.
For sure.
Are we ready?
Sure.
2 brothers.
3 beers. We're out.